Richard Branson is a name synonymous with boldness, adventure, and relentless entrepreneurial spirit. He is the founder of the Virgin Group, a sprawling conglomerate that spans airlines, music, space travel, telecommunications, and much more. But Branson's journey wasn't scripted by traditional business textbooks. He built his empire on intuition, a flair for marketing, and a willingness to leap into the unknown, often with a cheeky grin and an infectious enthusiasm. Born in 1950 in London, Branson was never the typical student or employee. Instead, he channeled his restless energy into ventures that often seemed too daring or outright crazy. From starting a student magazine to launching a record store, then revolutionizing the music industry with Virgin Records, Branson's path was always about shaking up the status quo. His story is an inspiring testament to how unconventional thinking, personal passion, and an appetite for risk can create monumental success. Early life and youth. A rebel with a cause. Richard Charles Nicholas Branson came into the world on July 18, 1950, in the quaint suburb of Blackheath, London. As a child, he struggled with dyslexia and was seen as a bit of a troublemaker by teachers, more interested in adventures than in classrooms. School wasn't his favorite place. He was restless and impatient with the strict rules and routines. However, his family supported his creative impulses, and Branson found early outlets for his energy and ideas. At age 16, he dropped out of school, convinced that traditional education wasn't the path for him. Instead, he launched his first business, a magazine called Student. The magazine gave him a platform to connect with the youth culture of the late 1960s, and provided his first taste of entrepreneurship. Virgin Records. From basement startup to music giant. The real turning point in Branson's career came with the launch of Virgin Records in 1972. Starting with a small record shop in London, Branson soon expanded into producing and distributing music. His big break arrived when he signed controversial and revolutionary artists like Mike Oldfield, whose album Tubular Bells became a massive hit. Branson's Virgin Records was known for its unconventional marketing, artist-friendly contracts, and willingness to embrace new sounds and genres. He positioned Virgin as the rebellious alternative to the mainstream music industry, much like his own personality. The label went on to sign legendary bands like the Sex Pistols, Culture Club, and Phil Collins, turning Virgin into a global brand. Expansion and diversification. Building the Virgin Empire. Richard Branson's knack for spotting opportunities led Virgin far beyond music. He wasn't content with dominating one sector. He wanted to shake up industries across the board. His philosophy was simple. Enter industries where customers were underserved or where the existing companies were complacent. Virgin Atlantic Airways, launched in 1984, was his audacious foray into the notoriously difficult airline industry. Starting with just one plane and a handful of staff, Virgin Atlantic took on the giants of air travel with superior customer service, clever branding, and innovative marketing. The airline quickly gained a loyal following and became one of the most recognized brands in global aviation. Branson's Virgin Group expanded into dozens of sectors, including trains, mobile phones, financial services, and even health clubs. Each venture carried the Virgin flair, fresh, customer-focused, and willing to challenge conventions. Adventures and risk-taking. A life beyond business. What sets Richard Branson apart from many other entrepreneurs is his passion for adventure and pushing personal limits. He's not just a businessman, he's a daredevil at heart. From hot air balloon flights across the Atlantic and Pacific to attempts at breaking world speed records, Branson's appetite for excitement is legendary. His adventures have been as headline-grabbing as his business deals, often reflecting his approach to life. Fearless, enthusiastic, and sometimes a bit reckless, Branson sees risk as an integral part of growth and innovation. A philosophy he applies not only to his business ventures, but also to his personal pursuits. Leadership style. Charisma, empowerment, and fun. Branson's leadership style is as distinctive as his brand. Known for his approachable and charismatic personality, he believes in empowering employees, fostering creativity, and maintaining a work culture that values fun alongside hard work. He famously prefers an informal, open-door management style, where hierarchy takes a backseat to collaboration and innovation. Branson has often said that happy employees lead to happy customers. a principle that underpins Virgin's reputation for excellent customer service, philanthropy and social impact, more than just profits. Beyond business and adventure, Branson is deeply committed to philanthropy and social causes. He has used his wealth and influence to advocate for environmental sustainability, global health, and social justice. Through initiatives like Virgin Unite, his charitable foundation, Branson supports entrepreneurship and social change projects around the world. His work in climate change activism and efforts to combat poverty reflect a broader vision of business as a force for good, balancing profit with purpose, challenges and controversies, the highs and lows of a maverick. Like any entrepreneur who takes risks, Branson's journey hasn't been without setbacks. Some Virgin ventures, such as Virgin Cola and Virgin Brides, failed spectacularly. The competitive airline industry brought numerous challenges, including legal battles and financial pressures. Branson's bold style has sometimes drawn criticism for being too flamboyant or risky. Yet he has weathered these storms with resilience, learning from failures and continuing to innovate. Final thoughts: the legacy of a modern-day explorer. Richard Branson's story is one of bold dreams, relentless energy, and a refusal to be boxed in by conventional wisdom. From a dyslexic school dropout to a global business icon, he embodies the spirit of entrepreneurship as an adventure, full of risks, rewards, and the occasional detour. His legacy is more than just the Virgin brand. It's a testament to how creativity, courage, and a bit of fun can transform industries and inspire millions. In a world often dominated by dry suits and corporate rigidity, Branson remains a refreshing reminder that business can be exciting, impactful, and above all, human.